Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
Alright, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Jungle Boy Joel and Commando Katrina.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello. Oh, hello.
Yeah, get in the microphone.
All right, so we are here today to talk about a brand new film, Last Night in Soho. Joel, who was in it?
So this one stars, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Probably not, but Thomasin McKenzie. She's Ellie. She was in Jojo Rabbit, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, which is the third Hobbit movie. And most recently, she was in Old.
That movie sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Also, we've got Anya Taylor-Joy. She plays Sandy. She was in The Witch, Split, New Mutants, and the Netflix series The Queen's Gambit. As well as Matt Smith. He plays Jack. He was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. He was in the he's gonna be in the prequel Game of Thrones series House of the Dragon, and most people know him as the Doctor in Doctor Who. He was the Doctor for like 3 seasons or something.
Okay.
This was written by Edgar Wright. He did the story and screenplay. He also wrote Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead, and most recently he's going to be doing the Running Man remake or reboot. Not sure when that comes out, but it's going to be coming out in here in the next few years. As well as Christy Wilson Cairns. She wrote 1917, Penny Dreadful, a TV show, and Untitled Star Wars movie. And this is directed by Edgar Wright. He directed the show Spaced, which is a TV series with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Hot Fuzz, The World's End, and he's also going to be directing Running Man.
All right. Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright.
Okay, so the synopsis here. An aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker.
Oh, man.
So, we're going to do our general thoughts of the film, give it a grade, and then we will discuss it a little deeper.
Go into spoiler territory.
Yeah. So, Katrina, general thoughts on this movie?
General thoughts. So, I love this movie.
Okay.
I thought that the story was absolutely original, which was fantastic. One thing that oftentimes, especially lately, movies do is like trailers totally ruin the movie. And this movie was awesome because, well, I only saw the first trailer, and so I didn't know what I was going into.
Right.
It was just, okay, this looks kind of cool. Confusing, not sure what I'm going to get, but I'll see it. And the movie then like completely impressed me from that trailer. It had a great theme. I love the old fashion, old music, all of that was absolutely fabulous. So I loved it.
Okay. What'd you think of the like horror aspect to it? Did you think that was like, did that add to it? Was that like a good part of the movie?
It was really enjoyable the way that they added it in.
Okay.
And there wasn't a whole lot until later. And that was kind of, nice for me. I have, you on board coming to the movie that is something that I'll enjoy and you'll enjoy because it has dashes of the horror involved. Yeah. But not so much that I'm like, another horror movie.
Yeah, it's a good date night movie.
Fabulous. Yeah. Yeah.
Good romantic horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, very, it really gets you in the mood.
So, yeah, I would have to agree with all of that. I liked the setting, how it was the 60s, how the transitions were done from current day to the 60s. The transition between actresses was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the end. Loved all the horror that was thrown in. I felt like it was really nicely placed, and turned into a really dark story. And I am always up for that. So, a good story too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And meaningful.
Yeah, it was meaningful. It had some real good characters too.
Yeah.
Especially the main actress, Ellie. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, she was definitely the highlight character of the movie.
Yeah,
for sure. But
what do you think, John?
Yeah, it was. I really like this movie a lot. It's up there for the year for me. We're getting close. We're getting close to the end of the year, and it's up there.
Yeah.
It might make my top 5 or top. What are we doing? Top 5 or 10?
We'll probably do 10.
10. Then it'll probably make my top 10. I was gonna say honorable mention if we're doing top 5, but top.
He's giving away his list.
Sure. Only one movie, and you don't know where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But the transitions were flawless, going from the 60s to present day to Ellie to Sandy, like just seeing her in the 60s setting, and then seeing Sandy in like the mirror transitions and everything that had had a reflection. Basically, she was seeing the other part of her. And so it was really good. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, same here. So something that was cool too was like all the lighting and stuff. Like I liked her room, how it was upstairs and at night with the neon lights. It was like flashing red and blue and white. And...
That would annoy me, but
yeah.
It reminded me of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
With the Kenny
the
Rogers roaster or whatever. Chicken. Yeah. That was it reminded me of that. All right, so mostly positive here. You guys have anything negative to say?
Yeah. There's one thing that really, really stood out to me. And she's a fashion designer. And then at one point, she has a show and finishes these amazing dresses that she has been working on. And as they're doing the fashion show, I'm realizing, oh my gosh, that's not very good. Like, the top of the dress just did not fit. It was not something that would be worn. And so that really killed it for me.
Yeah.
She hated the movie after that moment. Really killed the movie for her.
Yeah, after that,
After that one moment.
that was the end for me.
And it was literally the end of the movie.
I was trying not to give that away.
Yeah.
Okay, so negative for me. I felt like some of the scenes were a little long. Some of the more artistic scenes could have been a little shorter. And then there was some male genitalia, and I don't like that in my movies, so that can be taken out.
I mean, it really wasn't necessary. Like, sometimes, for the most part, like, unless you're a campy 80s slasher movie, like, nudity is not really necessary. Like, it's just, but that I didn't even notice that particular scene that you're talking about. It was very fast.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, I don't even know that it really is there.
Oh, it's there.
So we're gonna have to
Gotta rewatch
check that again.
Yeah, when we buy it, I will pause it for you.
Oh, you're gonna pause it? Okay. You really disliked this, didn't you?
Okay, let's give it a grade.
All right. I'm going for 98 because there were 2 dresses that just each of them took a percent down.
All right, Joel.
I am going with a 94.
Okay.
I did thoroughly enjoy this movie, so it's definitely A material for sure.
Yeah. All right, I'm going 91. Still really high score for me. I would place it higher if it was more rewatchable to me. If
there wasn't any male nudity.
If there wasn't that, and it was a little shorter, and I don't know, just not one I'm gonna put on too often. So
see, I didn't even notice that it was that long.
Yeah,
I
like
didn't
2
notice
hours.
that it was a long movie.
Yeah, I mean it's not like overly.
It's
long.
not long. It's just
about. If I'm gonna sit down and watch, this is like a movie you have to be like invested in to sit down and watch. Like this is not just a turn it on
like Halloween
and have
5.
fun. Yeah.
I don't know. I would watch this movie just every day. Just have it in the background.
It's not Halloween 5, babe. Or Halloween Kills.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that I can put on.
Halloween Kills?
Often. Yeah.
No, that's torture. No.
We watched that on Halloween. Well, I watched it. She fell asleep about 10 minutes in.
Well,
I think it
so
was
you
less
didn't even
than
actually
10
watch
minutes.
it.
No, she.
Well, I've
she'd
seen
it
it
already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I did listen to it while the kids were watching it.
Oh, okay.
And you were.
Oh, well, that's gonna listening to that movie is probably gonna kill it for you.
Yes, exactly.
The dialogue's not the greatest
dialogue.
in that movie.
Oh, guys.
Okay, so back to Soho.
All right. So we got a 98, 94, 91.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what I was saying is I, like, oftentimes during movies, I'll look, like, eventually at some point, I'll look at the time.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, we have this much longer. This movie, I didn't ever feel that urge to, like, check how much longer we have left in the movie.
Yeah, this was definitely your kind of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could tell right away that you were going to like it as the movie was going. Both of our kids fell asleep. So.
I don't think they were asleep.
Oh, well,
but
I thought they were. Anyway, so this is definitely a
bomb movie.
Yeah, it's it's really good, but I feel like it could be boring for people. I could see people being bored,
and I will judge you if you are.
All right, so let's talk about some spoilers. So, the big reveal, which is the best part of the movie, to me. So within this movie, Ellie is going back into the 60s and watching Sandy and how she's trying to become this famous singer. And she is seeing Sandy go into this this world, basically, where men are using women. And in order for the women
that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Especially back in the 60s.
Yeah.
That was not heard of. But so it's just completely made up. But in order for her to become famous, that was like kind of the lifestyle choice. And so she's seeing her go through all this, and she thinks that she sees her get murdered. And so now she is trying to find the murderer. And turns out she was not murdered. And the murderer is who was renting her room to her. That is the old lady that we've been seeing throughout the movie. And she killed all these guys, which was just awesome. My favorite scene.
Yeah.
To me, that was the best reveal.
That she was
the killer.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Was
because
cool.
I had it figured out that she was Sandy. To me, she looked just like Sandy.
Yeah, I could see the connection there.
And right when she talked to her after she changed her hair and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's Sandy.
Yeah. But so yeah, you can think that, but then when Sandy is then killed, then it's like, okay, that can't be her.
It's confusing, and you're like, okay, I'm waiting to figure out how they're gonna explain this. Like, how are they gonna? I was thinking, how are they gonna like say that she lived through that?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was, and I loved how they explained it.
Yeah.
With what really happened was, a part of her died there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ellie was so connected to Sandy that she actually saw that happening.
Right. Yeah, that was cool. I really liked how it showed Ellie's reflection in the knife. I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You notice such small things. Reflections and
yeah, when
reflections are all over the place in this movie.
Like even when there's like a knife, stabbing, then it's like Ellie's face is like on the knife. It was cool.
So there was leading up to that scene, when she is basically accusing the old man of being Jack, who quote unquote killed Sandy. And then leading up to like a jump scare, really, when he gets hit by a car and is killed. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting a jump scare. That's cool.
Yeah.
And she is freaking out. She's like calling her grandma to come get her and everything. And she's just like, I'm going back home. And she's going back to her place to tell Sandy that she's leaving. She didn't know it was her at that point, did she? Like, did I miss something there at all? Okay, so she could have just let her leave, and we wouldn't have had that twist at the end. Like, I don't know why it was necessary to tell her that she was Sandy.
Because why it was necessary for Sandy to tell her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Sandy to tell her that she was Sandy.
Yeah, because I know that the reason why she wanted to have the conversation with Sandy, the older lady, was because she was wanting to get the deposit back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she like gives her tea, and I guess she's supposed to get knocked out or something, but that never really happened. She never really got knocked out.
Well, she was.
I know. Well, she didn't drink all the tea.
Yeah.
She didn't drink it all, I guess. She was kind of getting woozy, but then she's able to like fight for her life and get out of the house.
That kind of like came out of nowhere because she was so nice to her up until that point. It's like, why was it even necessary to even drug her? All she's trying to do is leave. I mean, at this point, she doesn't know. She doesn't know who Sandy is. She's just an old lady at this point.
Oh, it was because she had told the cops that that there was a killing there. And so then the cops started coming and searching her house.
That's right.
And so then she was like, and so now they're coming to see, and all the guys were buried there.
That's right. They were all within the house. That's right.
But they wouldn't have looked to see where they were buried, though. Like it would have been just like a straight sweep of the place, not look under floorboards and whatnot. Like they wouldn't have had any reason to do that.
Yeah, I think she was worried because they were going to look into these old murders that had happened, and all these guys had gone missing. Yeah, and then if there was any connection to Sandy, then
and they were all murdered in that house.
They were all murdered in that house, and they all had a connection to Sandy.
Yeah.
She was clearly the last person they saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why she revealed it to her. And that's why she was revealing it to her after having her drink the tea, thinking that she was going to die.
That always happens in movies.
I know. That's such a cliche.
It's like totally would not happen in real life.
I know.
You're not going to
tell you my diabolical plan. While you're still breathing.
Yeah.
That never happens. Or that always happens.
Yeah. No, yeah, it would never happen in like real life. Like,
That's funny. Okay, yeah, so that was my 100% my favorite part. That's where all the horror kicks in.
Yeah, I love the reveal. It just I was just a little confused as to why it needed to happen.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I guess telling the cops that there was a murder there.
Yeah.
You know, basically putting a light on Sandy and in the house in the first place.
Yeah, and reopening these old cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that I will say is a negative is I didn't really like the ghost guys. I thought they were kind of lame.
I loved them.
I thought they were kind of lame. Like, I feel like they could have been scarier.
No.
They were just, I don't know. There was like some jump scares with them, and they look corny. Like,
no, they didn't. It was perfect.
I don't know.
They look like regular people, just see through.
Yeah,
but no, like they were like gray, and like their mouths were closed, and like I thought it was fabulous.
I think it would have been more cool if she was seeing the actual people, like in real life, like not ghosts. They look too
ghost
ghosty.
Forms. Well, they were ghosts.
I know, but they're
all dead people.
I know, but it's like the
and that's what
what
made it make sense, because really they really were haunting her.
Yeah. I get why. I just, maybe the design of it, just I didn't really like. And there were some jump scares with them that were kind of lame.
I think it's just the genitalia really turned you off to all these ghosts.
Yeah, the ghost genitalia.
Yeah.
They were
so
ghosts.
Could it really be called genitalia? It was,
I don't know.
It was pretty invisible.
Well, apparently not. So. 1 out of 3 of us saw it.
All right. Did you guys want to add more to this? More to
I think
say?
we pretty much covered everything there was to cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, definitely should be in our top 10s when we do those.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look forward to Edgar Wright and the next stuff he does. Hopefully he does some more horror. That'd be great.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
This was his first, like, well, I mean, I can't really say straight horror. I mean, it was horror drama. Maybe he can do just a straight horror movie next time.
Yeah.
Because he's got horror comedy, so
yeah.
Let's do some straight horror here.
All right.
Yeah, well, no, he's good. He's definitely a good director.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm liking him.
Okay. Well, that is it. This has been our episode on Last Night in Soho. And this has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Jack